Welcome to our deep dive into India's foreign policy with China and Russia. In today's rapidly changing world, India stands at a crossroads, balancing old friendships and new rivalries. With Russia, India enjoys a long-standing partnership rooted in history and mutual trust. With China, the relationship is far more complex, marked by both economic interdependence and strategic competition. This video will guide you through India's nuanced approach to these two major powers, exploring how New Delhi navigates challenges, leverages opportunities, and maintains its autonomy on the global stage. Let's begin by understanding the foundation of India's foreign policy outlook. India's relationship with China is a blend of competition and cooperation. While both countries share a long border, unresolved disputes have led to tense standoffs, such as those in Doklam in 2017 and Galwan in 2020. Despite these challenges, China remains India's largest trading partner, with trade crossing $118 billion in 2023-24. However, this economic engagement comes with a significant trade deficit for India. The two nations also find themselves on opposite sides regarding China's Belt and Road Initiative, especially the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor passing through disputed territories. This intricate mix of rivalry and partnership shapes India's cautious approach toward China. To manage its relationship with China, India employs a careful balancing act. On one hand, India engages with China in multilateral forums like BRICS, SCO, and the G20, seeking common ground on global issues. On the other, India counters Chinese influence through strategic partnerships like the Quad and its Indo-Pacific strategy. Militarily, India is investing heavily in border infrastructure and defense preparedness to deter aggression. Economically, India has imposed restrictions on Chinese investments and banned several Chinese apps in sensitive sectors. There's also a strong push for self-reliance in technology and enhanced cybersecurity to safeguard national interests. India's relationship with Russia is built on decades of trust and cooperation, dating back to the Cold War era. Russia has been a reliable supplier of defense equipment, including advanced systems like the S-400 missile defense and BrahMos missiles. The partnership extends to energy, with India importing oil and gas from Russia at favorable rates, especially after the Ukraine crisis. Collaboration also spans nuclear power, such as the Kudankulam reactors, and space technology. This enduring bond is a cornerstone of India's foreign policy, providing strategic depth and stability in a turbulent world. India's approach to Russia is characterized by strategic continuity and careful balancing. On the Ukraine conflict, India has maintained a neutral stance, calling for peace without directly condemning Russia. This allows India to preserve its vital defense and energy ties while also expanding relations with the US, EU, and Japan. While India is diversifying its defense and energy sources, Russian partnerships remain central. India also collaborates with Russia in global forums like BRICS, SCO, and the G20, advocating for a multipolar world order where no single power dominates. When we compare India's approach to China and Russia, clear differences emerge. With China, India faces a strategic rival. Border tensions, economic competition, and regional influence are constant concerns. In contrast, Russia is seen as a time-tested partner, with strong defense and energy cooperation. While India counters China through alliances like the Quad, it partners with Russia in forums like BRICS and SCO. Each relationship presents unique challenges: border disputes and Chinese influence in South Asia on one side, and Western pressure over the Ukraine war on the other. This dual approach highlights India's diplomatic agility. India's foreign policy is a masterclass in strategic balancing. By maintaining strong ties with Russia, India secures its defense and energy needs, while its engagement with the US, EU, and Japan opens new avenues for growth and technology. Simultaneously, India's cautious approach to China ensures that it is prepared for any security challenges while still benefiting from economic engagement. This balancing act is not just about survival. It's about ensuring India's voice is heard in shaping a multipolar world, where power is distributed and no single nation dominates the global order. India's foreign policy is not without its challenges. With China, unresolved border disputes and the growing Chinese presence in South Asia remain pressing issues. The economic relationship, while lucrative, is marred by a persistent trade deficit. With Russia, India must navigate Western pressure over the Ukraine conflict while safeguarding its own interests. Yet these challenges also present opportunities. India can leverage its partnerships to enhance security, diversify its economy, and play a more influential role in global governance. By staying flexible and pragmatic, India continues to turn obstacles into stepping stones. In conclusion, India's foreign policy with China and Russia reflects a careful blend of caution, pragmatism, and ambition. With China, India prioritizes sovereignty and deterrence, while with Russia, it values continuity and strategic depth. By engaging in global forums and building diverse partnerships, India seeks to maintain its autonomy and contribute to a multipolar world order. As global dynamics continue to shift, India's ability to balance friends and rivals will be crucial in shaping its future on the world stage. Thank you for joining us on this journey through India's foreign policy landscape.